Hi people, welcome to RBA Online. We are here with Elad Shtamer. I have the pleasure to have him in the program. He's a singer, he's a dancer, he's a choreographer, he's an entertainer, a multi-talented person. Hi Elad, how are you?
Hi. I'm great, and I hope that you are all great too.
The first thing we want to show you is why you are here. It's because of this.
Good friends, there are many, but it's also Elad Shtamer that we know each other for many years. And once if you're talking with him, ask him how actually we met the first time.
Next interview. We want to know the story behind it.
Okay, so first of all, I love Oren. It was Oren Ashkenazi, which is a very close friend of mine. And we have a lot of things in common because both of us are, our fathers were also teachers. They were teaching dances. And we are both from Haifa originally, and we used to do many things together. How we met is a nice story because when I was, I think, 9 or 10 years old, something like that, I started going to a leaka in Tivon, which is where I used to live after we moved from Haifa. When I was 7 years old, we moved from Haifa to Tivon, which is very close, but it's more like a countryside, more like a village, more natural, more trees, green place. And there was a new leaka, and I went to audition, and the choreographer of the leaka was Oren Ashkenazi. So I was dancing in Oren's leaka when I was very young. And after that, I remember sometimes that he called me to take over his classes when he had to go to other places and stuff like that. And then when he moved to Switzerland, I didn't see him for many years until I asked him to join us to Mahol Shalom, and then we did a camp together in Australia, and suddenly we started doing stuff together again.
So you start as he was your teacher, and now you are more like in the same stuff. You are both teachers, you are both choreographers, and that's how you became friends.
Yeah, Oren used to be the choreographer of the leaka, and I was a dancer. Now we are colleagues. We are working together.
Elad, let's talk a little about the present. How are you? How are you living these days? What are you doing?
So these days, everything is balagan. Balagan is like crazy. You say quilombo? The same?
Right, yes.
Quilombo, see. Okay, so everything is different now because for the last 10 weeks, no dancing because people cannot be together. Now we are starting a little bit for people to get together. I think now the limit is 50 people, but only open space, not in a hall. So outside, and probably soon it will be more people, and then I think we will continue Arkadot. But in the meantime, we have a lot of time alone at home. I'm at home with Michal, my wife, and that's it. And just lately, we started visiting our family and stuff like that, just in the last 2 weeks, because for Pesach, for Yom HaAtzmaut, for all of those holidays, it was still quarantine, still everything was in isolation. And so you started doing things to pass the time, playing more guitar, and right now I went back to school. I'm learning software design, and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to make the best of this situation because we don't work, we have a lot of time, so we need to have something to do with the time so we can have a better future after everything is over.
Great, and you decided to do a lot of Facebook Live with history dancing and singing, right?
Yeah. When Corona first started, I thought about doing a Arcada online for people, and then it was not great for me. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I was supposed to do it, like put my phone like this and then go live on Facebook and then put some music and dance, and it didn't feel right to me because this is not Rikudam. This is like a performance, but Rikudam is not made for performance. Rikudam is made for people to dance together. So if it is impossible for us all to dance together, I started to think about other different ways that I can use Rikudam, but maybe have a different value. So I started putting videos of the dances. I think I was the first one to use video clips because I take video clips and I edit them and I overlay and insert the high quality music over the video. So even if I use videos from dance camps that usually the sound is not very good, I can still use them for Facebook Live. And then I wanted to do something extra, so I started bringing in guests. I started with Michael Barzilai, and then I had Oren Ashkenazi as a guest, Tamir Shalev, Sagi Azran, and I was supposed to do something with Nona Malki, but she didn't feel so well, so we will reschedule and we will do it sometime. But I thought that I need to have another value for the people, because just sitting at home and watching me dance around a plant in my living room, it felt weird to me. For other people, I know it's great, but to me it felt a little bit weird. So I wanted to do something differently. This is why I created my home studio with the green screen and everything. Yeah, exactly. I have it here. Yeah. So with the green screen and everything, so I'm able to do something maybe with more quality. So people will not just go into my live video, but stay and keep watching and making interviews and talking about stories behind the dances. I did a full show in the memory of my father and stuff like that. I think it's better than just to I will dance here and you will dance at your home and we will meet in Zoom or something.
I will say a secret that we saw your interviews and we were inspired by your work also. Like Danny told me, look, that part when he said that, and we can do it in our show too. So yeah, that's right. That it was one of the first things, like a little bit different than just dancing. And
also we can see a lot of work. You have to produce, you have to invite the people, you have to edit the videos, you have to select the repertoire. Is amazing.
This is what happens when you have too much free time.
we are in the same thing. We just
I know.
with RBA Online a month and something ago, and I don't know if people know, but this requires a lot of work for everyone in the production. So we want to congratulate you for what you're doing, because you're doing alone, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it by myself. I'm doing the planning and the live shows, but my wife Michal is helping me a lot, because she's always, you never see her, but she's sitting with me in the same room, and she has papers like that, and she's holding her phone here, and then she's also holding my phone and an iPad, and then she's connected to my videos from 3 different devices, and then she's looking at who is watching, and she's writing the names. If it's like a choreographer or a dance teacher or something like that, like you, Melu, you went a few
That's the
times, they said
secret.
hello to you. Michal is sitting here and she's writing down the names and she's saying what people are putting in the comments. If there is something important, then so with her help, it's much easier for me to do something more professional.
Elad Shtamer revealing all the secrets, the backstage secrets. Well,
We
so
will have to
now
do the same.
let's go to the past. Let's go to the past. How did it all started when you started dancing? And briefly, when dancing and then creating and then traveling around the world, how was it?
So my resume for the job interview is that I started dancing when I was 5 years old. Because my father was a dance teacher, then it was at home. I saw dancing at home ever since I was born, because my father wanted to teach a dance in his class, then he would dance it in the living room at home. And there was no videos, there was like a notation, you know, the steps was written on paper.
Yeah, we have the same.
Yeah. So I saw him reading from a paper and dancing, and then when there wasn't a school, when there was holiday, he took me to his class. So I saw the people dancing and having a lot of fun, so I started dancing. I was 5, 6 years old. Then in my school, when I was, I think, 2nd grade or 3rd grade, something like that, in my school we have an Rikudam class, weekly class, like you have a math class and you have like everything else, Hebrew, English, and then Rikudam. It was part of the curriculum of what we learn. And very soon, because our teacher, she knew my father, so she said, okay, I have you in my class, you will be my assistant and you will help me teach, and you will do the dancing in recess, where in Israel, sometimes in recess, when you have short breaks and long breaks. In the long breaks, I had a little speaker and I played dances for everybody. That was my responsibility. After that, I joined the Le'aka. First Le'aka I joined was with Oren Ashkenazi, and then 1 year later, I joined the Le'aka in Haifa with Bari Avidan, and I danced in Bari's Le'aka for, I think, 12 or 13 years, something like that, until I had to join the army. But before, when I was in high school, my father, he was sick. He couldn't work. So I took over the business when I was 16. It wasn't so great for me as a student, but I had no choice. And I started from nothing, running 6 Arkadot every week. Some beginners, some advanced. The numbers are between 50 people and 500 people every week. And for 2 years, until my father was better. And when he started feeling better, I joined the army. I had to join the army, and I had 2 options. I could join the army and do something that I will be home every day so I can help my father, or I could wait a little bit and then I could do a full service. So I wanted to wait and do a full service, and then after 3 years of mandatory service, I did 2 more years. We call it keva. It's like you do it for money. It's like you work for the military. And I was working as a criminal investigator in the internal affairs of the army. So if a soldier in the army did some criminal activities, it was my job to investigate. I was a detective in the Israeli army, and then I did some classes in the Israeli police, and I was supposed to stay in the army for a life, like do a military career. they asked me to go and stay and go to learn and stuff like that. But then my father passed away. And I started thinking about stuff, and I said, okay, I'm in a very good place in my military service. I'm in a great unit, a challenging work, very interesting. I don't have to go and fight people with guns. I do something really meaningful, but I'm not making people happy. Everyone you see in that job, if you work for the police, everyone you see doesn't want to see you. They don't want to see you. They don't like you because you are police and you are working with the criminals. So eventually I decided I want people to be happy to see me. So I went back to dancing, and then I started choreographing. I didn't make dances before. Just in the last, I think, 11 years, I've been choreographing dances and traveling, going to dance camps, and running my classes and everything full time.
Wow, what a story. And
Yeah.
where do you have your sessions in Israel?
Right now at home.
But apart from the corona,
but
yes.
normally my big class is Ra'anana. This is every Wednesday in Ra'anana. Every Thursday I have a class in Kibbutz Givat Chaim. This is close to Hadera, a little bit more to the north. And every Monday I have a circles only class in Kibbutz Ariel, which is closer to where I live. It's close to Bet Shemesh.
Elad, if you had to choose one of your dances that has a special meaning for you, which one would it be?
This is an easy question. The dance that I will choose with a lot of meaning for myself is Ilan. The reason is because this is, firstly, it's the first dance that I made. Okay, it's my first dance. And second, I did this dance in honor of my father. So this is really important to me emotionally, because I had a very strong connection to my father, because some of it was related to dancing, but not everything. We had a very close connection. And after he passed away, I don't remember who, but one of my friends gave me a CD, you know, these round discs that used to have music. Not now it's different, but
we are not that young. we had used to this too.
It's like I say, sometimes I will tell my children that the phone used to have buttons. They will go, "What, are you crazy?" So a friend of mine gave me the disc of Yaakov Shweki. Yaakov Shweki is the singer. And I started listening to the music, and it's different than everything I ever used to, because I didn't used to listen to Jewish Hasidic music. But I listened to this music, and Ilan is track number 7 in the disc. So it took a little time until I got there. I heard a lot of, like happy songs before, oy, 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 stuff like that. And then Ilan, boom, I heard this music, and I was driving in my car. I heard, and I couldn't drive. I stopped the car. I listened to the music again and again and again. And then I thought, I don't know why this music is so special to me. I didn't understand, because the lyrics, if you listen to it, you don't really understand what he's talking about, because his dialect is something like Ashkenazi, American, Hasidic, Haredi. So you don't understand the lyrics. So I went to a rabbi and I asked him, what is that? Tell me, what is the meaning? Because this is stuck in my head. I cannot stop listening to it in my head. So he explained me the story, and the story is beautiful. It's a story about a man who is wandering in the desert, and he's thirsty and he's hungry and he's tired. And suddenly he sees a big tree. Now, Ilan is another word for a tree in Hebrew. It's like parallel words. So he sees a big tree, and then the tree has a nice shadow and sweet fruit, and there is a creek of water next to it, like that. So he is resting and he's eating from the fruit, and then he's drinking from the water, and he's ready to move on. But he cannot move on until he's saying thank you to the tree. Somehow he wants to say thank you to the tree. So he says, I want to give you a blessing. So he started to think, how can I bless the tree the best way? And he's thinking, maybe I can bless you with sweet fruit, but you already have sweet fruit. So maybe I can bless you with a nice shadow, but you already have a nice shadow. So after thinking, he says to the tree, I'm going to bless you that every tree that will grow from your seed will be exactly like you. And this is the best blessing you can say to someone. It's like I will tell you, I wish for you that your children will be exactly like you. Okay? You are perfect just the way you are. And it's a very important blessing. And when I heard that and I made the connection that I'm continuing the way of my father, I had to do a dance in his honor. And this, everything was getting together for me. Everything was one piece now. So I made a dance, and I made a dance for me. I know it's a very difficult dance, and for a lot of people it's crazy. Everyone is getting confused. You turn this way, you turn that way. I didn't care because I made it just for me. And just seeing that people like it and dancing it and it moves them, it's just a bonus for me.
What a deep story. And we always say that when you know the story about one dance, then when you dance it in the session in an arcada, you dance it in a different way with a different intention. So thank you for sharing the story.
You have been here in South America a couple of times. Well, actually, we met in Chile in the Macabea. You have been here in Rosario. I don't know if you have been in Brazil, I think.
Yes, in Festival Carmel,
Okay.
Sao Paulo.
And we want to know what was your experience here, and if you found something like unique in the Latin people and dancers and how we are, apart from the Quilombo.
Apart from Quilombo, you know. Yes, there is something very unique to the dancing in Latin America and South America. It's that dancing is still in the educational system and still in the Tnua, Maccabi, Hashomer Hatzair, everyone is still dancing. So there are more young people dancing than in other people in the world. So this is very special. I remember especially in Rosario, hundreds of people and a lot of young people dancing. So this is something really special for South America. Also, I like the language. I like Spanish, and also I like the people are friendly and happy and warm. You know, it's very similar to Israeli people.
Well, so we can see you now with the guitar. We know that apart from Israeli dancing, you also dance salsa, and that you play the guitar, and that you sing. So you have like many different abilities. So when did you start singing? And if you like to share with us one or two songs, we'll be delighted.
Yeah, of course. I started singing, let's say professionally, just I think 2 years ago. The reason was my connection to Ori Arpaz. Ori Arpaz used to be one of the Parvarim. Parvarim, it's a duo. Ori Arpaz was one of them for 37 years. He started to go to his own way, and then he wanted to play music for Rikudei Am. He was in a festival, my festival in Yam HaMelach. He saw people dancing, and he saw people dancing to songs of the Parvarim, you know, like Avretu, המנגינה הישנה, צלומי באר, אהבה פשוטה, all of these songs. So he said, I want to play for people to dance. So I told him it's different. You have to change the songs a little bit so people can dance. He said, okay. So we started to doing rehearsals together, and he came to perform in my class. And I was supposed to sing one song with him, just one, בהר הגלבוע. And then I stayed on stage with him for 40 minutes. That was the first time I ever played my guitar for people. Until then, I was playing just for myself. And since then, I started performing with Ori, performing by myself, and doing like שירה בציבור, you know, sing along. People are saying stuff like that. And I'm playing guitar. I started playing guitar in high school. And then I didn't play for many years, and just lately I started playing again. And now with the Corona, I had a lot of time to practice.
Thank you so much for your time, for your generosity, for sharing with us your story, your dances, your music, and your songs. Thank you so much. I'm so emotional.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is good. I love it. And I love you, and I miss you, and I hope that you are all stay healthy and safe, and that everything will be really great, really soon. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Elad, for being here, and hope we meet again soon.
תודה רבה.